Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. It's great to see you. This is the place for any geek nerd breaking news, but it's also a place for debate to talk about and analyse TV shows and movies. It's literally going to be full of videos every day where I'm talking about something superhero-ish or nerdy or movie-ish or TV show-ish or whatever takes my fancy. But if there's something going on and I'm available and I can do it, possibly physically can do it, you will know it first through subscribing to this channel. Tell your friends, tell everyone. So we have got some breaking Avengers 4 trailer news. First of all, it's a trailer. I think it's going to be a little tease. You're not going to see much. Now, America, it should hit for you tonight, Sunday night. Now, Europe, we should get it around Monday morning, I think, at some time. Now, the reason I'm doing this video, because I'm sick and tired of American sites saying that look, the time differences between America and Europe are so different. So if you tell me Sunday night and I don't know the time differences, you're going to be waiting Sunday night. But in fact, Sunday night is Monday morning in Europe. So it's important that all the fans around the world know what's going on. So really exciting. I loved Infinity War. Probably, I don't think Infinity War's a great movie, but I think Infinity War is a great event. It's a season finale, isn't it, of this kind of first part of the MCU. I think the events, the continuing saga, all that was brilliant. All the threads tied in and all of that. It was a cliffhanger. It was brilliant. It was a season finale, basically. As a film, I wouldn't say it's conducive to a great film, but the event is there, and I really, really did enjoy it. Now, my problem is with Avengers 4 is they've killed off a bunch of characters that ultimately they're going to bring back. Now, the big elephant in the room is what's going to happen with the kind of... I forgot the name now. Guardians of the Galaxy. God, I drink too much. I smoke too much marijuana. I shouldn't be doing it. How could I forget Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah, that's my point. Sorry. My point is, the elephant in the room is, since James Gunn has gone, we don't really know the future. They were going to start making the third film. They stopped once they got rid of him. Personally, I can't see that ever happening. I think they've got a big problem, Disney, because the actors just don't want to be involved now. James Gunn's not involved. And I think you've got probably more chance of seeing Chris Pratt and co. in Suicide Squad 2 rather than a Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So what can we expect to see in this trailer? I have been talking to some people who reckon they've seen it. Who knows? This is what I say about sources. You just don't know if you can trust them. You're not, as I say, it's a tease. You're definitely, obviously, going to see Iron Man. But really, we should talk about Iron Man. That's another elephant in the room. Now, in Infinity War, Doctor Strange stopped him from being killed because he saw all those possible futures, and only one of those futures do the Avengers win. So obviously, we can read between the lines that Iron Man, Tony Stark, is so important for that victory over Thanos to happen. But does that mean that he dies in Avengers 4? Now, we've been discussing the future of Downey Jr. and Iron Man for probably the past 5 or 6 movies, since there's been Iron Man 3 and they kind of said they weren't going to do anymore. Then there's been rumours. Then Robert Downey Jr. joked about Mel Gibson doing one with him, which would have been awesome. I don't think that would happen, but yeah, I think there's distinct possibility that maybe not necessarily he'll die, but a way where we won't see him as much. I think there's going to be a time when he's not getting any younger. What is he in his mid-50s now, Robert Downey Jr.? And you could kind of tell he's older now. It's going to be difficult for him to continue in the role. And I know that Kevin Feige said there's only one Iron Man. No one else is ever going to play Iron Man. I think that's interesting. I also think it's short-sighted because get the right guy in and there can be a good replacement. But obviously, it also, what he could mean is that there'll be an Iron Woman and not an Iron Man, because then he keeps his promise of only being one Iron Man. Do you know what I mean? So that would be very controversial. But we know Disney are getting very, very woke. So what do I think the odds are for Iron Man to die in Avengers 4? I think there's a 75% chance. I really do. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but you just don't know what they're going to do with this film. Now, according to the guys who directed both films, it's not the film we expect it to be. So we're going to be surprised. Now, of course, this could be both good and bad. I mean, I'd rather it be unpredictable. I'd rather the people who died don't come back. The problem is we know that Tom Holland's Spider-Man's not dead. And this is the problem for me. You've killed a bunch of characters off, and I don't care how you bring them back, whether it's time travel or the time gem or whatever it is, right? At the end of the day, you're still bringing people back from the dead. So literally, it takes away the stakes from the other film. You killed them off, but there's no point. There's no consequences. Because we all know they're going to come back alive anyway. And this is why, when they would die, everyone was going, oh my God, when I saw them dying, it was so emotional. When I saw Tom Holland's performance as Spider-Man just disappearing, it was so tragic. But it's not tragic, because you know he isn't dead. And that's the whole problem with this. If they stay dead, I will applaud Feige. But the reality is here, I've kind of turned the video about the trailer into like talking about the film. But hey, why not? Why can't we have a chat about this? We're going to see a teaser trailer soon, and I will be here to react to that trailer. I have not seen it myself. I have been offered to see it, but I said no, because I want to do it when it's available on YouTube, so we can watch it through the telly behind me, and we have a good chat about it as well. So, you know, there's so many variables, but again, my main issue is that they've killed people off, but they're going to bring them back anyway. So it's all pretty pointless in a way. And obviously, Avengers 4 is, am I right? Avengers 4 is after Captain Marvel. So her role in this is going to be a mystery. The problem with this is, if, as Feige has hinted, she's the main reason they get out of this jam, which doesn't make sense, seeing that Doctor Strange had to keep Iron Man alive for this thing to work. That's a bit odd. But if she doesn't work out in the film, then Avengers 4, it's going to have a real problem. So it's going to be interesting. Listen, Feige has made very few mistakes. So there's no reason to think, even though I think that Brie Larson was the wrong casting, I still feel the film could be really good. But basically, this film is going to be saved by Coulson and Nick Fury. That's the reason. Let's be honest. That's the reason we're excited. We're going to see a CGI kind of young Fury and Coulson's first appearance in an MCU film since Avengers. Now, we know it's in the past. They're not bringing him back to life, thank God. But that's exciting. I love those characters. And at this moment in time, I don't know Captain Marvel. I've never read her comics. I'm not sure if I'm going to like her or not. And to be fair, I mean, a lot of people said a lot of things. But to be fair, Brie Larson didn't really do anything that wrong. It's just there was no kind of aura or personality from Brie Larson, but it's only a trailer. And you can't judge. This is the ridiculous thing. We judge people on posters and trailers. But this is the situation now. With the internet, we have got more of a voice, but sometimes our voice is kind of too... Look, we're blind. With a trailer, talking about a film via a trailer, whether it's positive or negative, it's the blind leading the blind. So we really don't know. So don't forget, Avengers 4 teaser trailer for you Americans, you lucky sods, tonight, Sunday night. You're probably just about still waking up. And for us Europeans, because Americans just say Europeans, they don't get there's a Cyprus in England, you know, things like that. But anyway, yeah, for us Europeans, it will be sometime tomorrow morning, fingers crossed. So I will see you for that trailer, but of course, I might be back later on to do a Doctor Who review, and who knows what we're going to get or what we're going to talk about when that happens.